It's finally official. The UK government has confirmed new details about the state pension boost for 2025, and it's set to make a real difference for millions of pensioners. After months of speculation, debate, and uncertainty, we now have clarity on what's changing, who will benefit, and what it all means for your income in the year ahead. For many older people across the UK, the state pension is more than just a payment, it's a lifeline. So when there's an update from the government or the Department for Work and Pensions, it's natural to feel anxious about what's coming next. The good news is that the confirmed boost for 2025 is designed to help keep your pension rising in line with the cost of living. It's part of the ongoing commitment to the triple lock, a policy that's been at the heart of pension increases for over a decade now. If you're not familiar with the term, the triple lock simply means that the state pension increases each year by whichever is highest out of three things: inflation, average earnings growth, or 2.5%. So, if wages go up sharply, or if prices rise because of inflation, pensions are protected from being left behind. It's a safeguard that's meant to ensure your income in retirement keeps its real-world value, and this year, it's once again proving how vital it is. The government's latest figures show that average earnings have grown at a strong pace, driven by both wage adjustments across sectors and rising costs in daily life. That's had a direct impact on the triple lock calculation, meaning pensioners are in line for another meaningful uplift. While the exact weekly or yearly figures can vary depending on whether you're on the full new state pension or the basic one, the increase is expected to add several pounds a week to most payments. It might sound modest, but over the course of a year, it adds up, and for those on fixed incomes, every pound truly counts. Let's put that into perspective. Someone on the full new state pension could see their annual income rise by hundreds of pounds, while those on the older, basic rate will also see an uplift that keeps pace with the same percentage increase. It's all part of ensuring fairness across the system, even though not everyone receives the same weekly amount. If you reached state pension age before April 2016, you're likely on the basic state pension. If you reached it after that, you'll be on the newer scheme. Either way, both are protected by the same triple lock guarantee. Beyond the core pension itself, there's also growing attention on related benefits, such as pension credit. This is a means-tested top-up for people on lower incomes, and it's designed to ensure no one over state pension age has to live below a basic income threshold. Means-tested simply means that the government looks at your income and savings before deciding how much support you're entitled to. Many older people still don't claim pension credit, either because they're unaware they qualify or because they think they won't be eligible. Yet even a small amount of pension credit can open doors to other help, like reduced council tax, a free TV license if you're over 75, and help with heating bills. So, if your income is on the lower side, it's absolutely worth checking. The DWP has been encouraging more pensioners to come forward, with new online tools and phone support to make the application process simpler. They've recognized that rising energy prices, food costs, and general inflation have put real pressure on older households, especially those relying on a fixed income. This is why the 2025 update feels particularly significant. It's not just about numbers on a page, but about maintaining dignity and security for people who've worked hard all their lives. For many, these announcements can feel complicated or full of jargon. But at its heart, the message is straightforward. The state pension is going up again in 2025, thanks to the triple lock, and it's part of the government's promise to protect older people from the ongoing cost of living pressures. This adjustment reflects the reality that prices in the shops, energy bills, and everyday costs haven't eased as quickly as anyone hoped. The boost may not solve every financial worry, but it does offer a bit more breathing room. You might be wondering what this means for your payments. Typically, the increase applies automatically, there's nothing you need to do to get it. Your weekly or 4-weekly payments will simply reflect the new amount once the uplift takes effect. If you receive your pension directly into your bank account, as most people do these days, you'll notice the difference from your next scheduled payment after the change comes in. If you're not sure exactly how much you'll get, you can use the official online state pension forecast service or contact the pension service for a detailed breakdown. It's also worth noting that this rise applies across the UK, including England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. While some benefits and support schemes can differ slightly between nations, the state pension itself is set at a national level, so everyone benefits from the same uplift percentage. For people living abroad who claim a UK pension, the situation can be a bit different. Depending on the country, your payments might or might not rise in line with the UK increase. But for pensioners living here, the change is universal and automatic. There's been plenty of political discussion about whether the triple lock can continue long-term, given how expensive it is for the government to maintain. It's estimated to cost billions each year, and whenever earnings or inflation surge, the pressure on public finances grows. But for now, ministers have made it clear that the triple lock remains in place for 2025, reinforcing the message that pensioners' incomes will stay protected. Many campaign groups have welcomed the decision, calling it a lifeline for those who would otherwise struggle to keep up with rising prices. Some critics argue that younger taxpayers bear more of the cost, but most agree that maintaining stability for retirees is vital, especially during uncertain economic times. After all, people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond have already contributed for decades through taxes and national insurance, and the pension is a promise they've earned. The government's confirmation for 2025 shows that, despite economic challenges, that promise is still being honored. Of course, the state pension isn't the only part of retirement income. Many people also rely on workplace or private pensions, savings, or even part-time work to top up their money. But for millions, especially women and those who spent years as carers, the state pension is the backbone of financial security. That's why each annual adjustment matters so much. Even a small percentage rise can make a noticeable difference when you're budgeting week to week. It's also important to remember that your state pension amount depends on your national insurance record. To get the full new state pension, you usually need around 35 qualifying years of national insurance contributions. If you have fewer years, your pension will be smaller, but you may be able to boost it by checking for any gaps and deciding whether to pay voluntary contributions. The government's online service makes it fairly straightforward to see where you stand, and many people find that filling a few missing years can be well worth it in the long run. For those approaching retirement age, this latest announcement might also be a reminder to plan ahead. The state pension age is gradually increasing, and it's now in the mid-60s for most people, with further rises expected in future years. Knowing what you'll be entitled to, and when, can make a huge difference to how you prepare financially. It's always better to check early rather than be caught off guard later. Across the country, conversations about pensions have become more common, especially among families trying to support older relatives. Rising costs have made it harder for many to stretch their money, and it's understandable to feel worried. But there's reassurance in knowing that these regular increases, tied to real economic measures, are still being honored. The DWP has also confirmed that they're reviewing how benefits interact with pensions, to make sure support reaches those who need it most. It's also heartening to see more people becoming proactive about checking their entitlements. Every year, thousands discover they could be receiving more, whether that's through pension credit, housing benefit, or even winter fuel payments. Many of these benefits are linked, so claiming one can unlock others automatically. If you're unsure, it's always worth a quick check, or a conversation with Citizens Advice or Age UK, both of which can help guide you through the process. Now, if you've been following pension news closely, you'll know there have been calls for clearer communication from the government, and rightly so. For too long, pension updates have been wrapped up in complicated language and official reports. What people really need is clarity, how much extra they'll get, when it'll arrive, and how it'll help. This 2025 confirmation is at least a step in that direction, giving everyone a clear sense of what's coming and when. There's also a broader message here about stability. With so much uncertainty in the economy, it's reassuring that pensioners can still count on the annual increase. Whether you spend your extra income on heating, groceries, or simply a well-deserved treat, the important thing is that it's there, consistent, reliable, and predictable. That's what many older people value most, not promises, but peace of mind. And for those who may feel forgotten or overlooked, it's worth remembering that every change like this is a recognition of your contribution. The state pension is built on years of work, care, and service, not just in paid jobs, but in the countless unpaid roles people have taken on over their lifetimes. Each rise, however small, is an acknowledgement of that. As this news settles, it's a good time to share your own thoughts or experiences with others. Have the recent rises made a difference to your household budget? Do you think the triple lock is fair, or should the system evolve in new ways? These conversations matter, because they help shape how future policies are designed. Many of the best ideas come from lived experience, from the very people who know what retirement life is really like. So as 2025 approaches, take a moment to review your pension details, check for any additional support you might qualify for, and make sure your information with the DWP is up to date. That way, you'll be ready to receive the new amount smoothly when it's rolled out. Keep an eye on your bank statements in the months ahead to see the difference, and remember, even small boosts can help ease the squeeze a little. In the end, this latest state pension boost is a reminder that despite all the ups and downs in the economy, the commitment to protecting pensioners remains firm. It's a promise kept, at least for now, and one that brings a measure of reassurance to millions of people across the country. If you're watching this today, take comfort in knowing that your pension is set to rise again, a well-deserved step forward after another challenging year. Thank you for spending this time catching up on what's happening with your pension. Keep an eye on future updates, stay informed, and don't hesitate to check your entitlements. You've earned every bit of support available. Until next time, take care of yourself, keep warm, and stay tuned for more helpful updates on your state pension and DWP news.